Hello viewers, I'm Daniel Layton, and we are back here with the Stanley Parable. Now, last time I played, I got the confusing ending, and I'm not gonna lie, it did just that. I am thoroughly confused, and I'm still kind of missing out on what the actual point of this game is. But you know, here we are again, round 3. Let's begin.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, now that I can quote this. Still gonna click everything, and you are physically incapable of stopping me. Fine, it still doesn't do nothing. Still say they're just on their lunch break. That's what I think, at least. Alright. Yes. My old nemesis.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
You know what? I'm just gonna choose randomly each time. You know what? I'll listen to you this time. See where this takes me. I don't think it's gonna be anywhere good, though. I don't think there's any good actual ending to this game, but we'll see.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other co-workers. Rescind to co-workers for not supporting you more. That's great. What does this say? Ooh. Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things, and graphs. Graphs about things plus money. Oh, that's great. Moving on. This door is different. Doesn't have a number. It did it! Oh, none of the other doors open. This is amazing. I'm so excited. Okay, all right. What's in here?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So he turned around and got back on track.
That's complete and utter bull. There's tons of interesting things here. That's a monkey wrench and duct. Oh my God!
There was nothing here. No choice to make. No path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
I don't believe you.
No reason to still be here.
See, he's telling me there's no reason to be here, which leads me to believe that there is, in fact, a very good reason to be here.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I am interacting with this door. He is wrong. There are things to interact with.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation.
Because you told me not to.
I'm genuinely confused.
See, I'm loving this. See, I keep believing that there's something in here.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
If there's no significance, why do you keep mentioning it? He keeps mentioning it. I believe that there's some big secret in this broom closet.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
It's my favorite too.
Your friends find this concerning.
I don't know, my friends would agree with me that this is the most amazing. Duct tape, once again.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, one of those things is true. I leave it up to your imagination
to
determine
Well, I've come to
which.
a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Well, clearly, this broom closet is more important than he believed, isn't it? This broom closet was so amazing, apparently, it caused my central nervous system to shut down. I'm not gonna let him have this way. You got anything else? Anything else? Huh? Alright, fine, I guess I'll leave.
Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I wonder... Can't do any worse than the person before me, eh? We'll see about that.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, come on, broom closet. Tell me your secrets. Like I was saying, though, about the duct tape really is the most amazing invention mankind has ever come up with. It has literally 1,000,001 uses. Fine, I'm leaving. Makes you happy, God.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I've listened to you for long enough. Going my way. Ah, cardboard. Another age-old enemy of mine. But that's a story for another time. One I hope I never have to really tell
But
you or
Stanley
explain.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All
Because you
he
told me
believed
to.
Everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
What?
Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were
They are
simply
familiar.
repeating? No,
They're the
Stanley
same.
said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
No.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
Yeah.
This is all a dream.
Has to be.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't
It
actually
explains
gone.
everything.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
I ate a
How
fungus
was
one
he
time that did
remaining
this.
so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest
Just more
question of
stars.
them all entered Stanley's
More chocolate
head.
rain.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
That's what I've asked myself for
Now the
years.
voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
I mean, the voice in
I'm
my head
dreaming about a voice
usually talks
describing
about
me,
other things.
Thinking about how it's describing
Murder.
my thoughts, he thought.
Things like that.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course,
Darn
this
it.
was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
B.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
Yeah.
So he
Fight the
closed
power,
his eyes
man.
gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Nice.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
Completely
I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yep.
I am okay.
It's not gonna be okay, is it? It's just not. I know it. Ah! God!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley.
Actually, my name's Daniel, but please, someone.
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real.
Please, someone.
Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Just like the shrooms.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what
does this mean?
It was comforting to think this.
I don't know.
And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
My central nervous system
Then she
really did
remembered
shut
the
down in
meeting she
that
had
broom
scheduled for that
closet.
day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Okay,
She
this
had
makes
no
sense.
time
You
for
just gotta
this.
think it out.
So
Think
it was
out.
only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What does this mean? This game? It's making me question everything I thought I knew about life, the universe, and everything. God. Okay. We can ration this out. We can be logical. We can be sane. We can think of a reasonable reason of why all that happened. Thought, a theory. My central nervous system really did shut down in that broom closet. I started to die, and then in my state of dying, my mind made up everything that happened thereafter. The floating stars, the floating, the redness, and all that happened. They're a logical reason, though I don't think that could possibly ever be proven. It's the one that I'm gonna go with for my own sanity's sake. So, look at the clock. Oh, look at that. It's 11:20, 23 again. Once again. I still got some time. Let's give it another run through. I will keep playing this game until I can make logical sense of it. I'm gonna fail horribly.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
You
co-workers.
see this? The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is never the... Oh my god. The game is now speaking to me, and I do not like it. I don't like it. Oh god. Ah. Okay. No, I never...
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Huh. Never realized I could open and close these doors before. That's new. Okay. Can I open and close this one? Nope. Cannot.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Decisions. You know, I think I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna try going the same way, see what happens. Might wonder if I get the same ending or something different, because, you know, I don't believe everything that happened back there was a
Yet there was not
hallucination.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ha. Well. Clearly, the game is just trying to send me a message. It's trying to tell me, no, Daniel, do not go into the broom closet. Do not explore and marvel at the wonders of duct tape, and do not, you know, assert yourself into the story in any possible way. Just follow my orders. No. You're gonna tell me to go up, I'm going down.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope. Not doing it. Still not doing it. But what if it's that long ending again? I got so bored hearing it twice. But I hate to follow orders. The decisions. I'm doing it again.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. Words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream."
For a can?
What a
That's
relief.
expensive.
Stanley felt a voice describing me, thinking about a voice describing my thoughts, he thought.
Alright.
And while he thought it all
Alright.
very odd and wondered if this voice spoke...
Alright. Clearly, I made a mistake. I should not have come back here. It's just a big waste of time. I thought there'd be some neat ending, but I am wrong, and I apologize.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply
This is just
deceiving
monotonous.
himself, believing that if...
Because I know I die at the end. That's truly the, you know, sad part. I die at the end of this. And, you know, I know I say it a lot, but I don't appreciate it.
Now, hearing the voice
Don't appreciate dying.
words was quite a shock. Stanley began screaming. "Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? And everything went black.
Let's try this a different way this time.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Maybe it is different. Might have to cut out a little bit of that, but I think this is different. Just different enough to make me want to try it again. Here we go. Exact same way. I will not be deterred. I will not give in, and I will not
to a set
surrender.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yep, entering the door on my left once again. You know, I was really bored that last time, but you know, I think it is just testing me, seeing if I have the
Yet
patience.
there was not a single person here either.
Not a single person.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope, still not doing it. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I know it. It's just gonna be the same thing, loopity, loopity, loopy again. I feel like it's testing me still. I will not be deterred. I will not be deterred. I will venture forth. For honor!
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss,
God,
admitting he had left his post.
I was
during
hoping
work
there'd be a
hours.
special
He might be
ending if I
fired
keep
for that.
doing this.
And in such a competitive economy,
You know, I'm just gonna stare
why
at the
had he
corner
taken
until I
that
die.
risk? or reason at all.
This
None of
tires
it
me.
made any logical
You know, cold drinks for
sense.
$1.25
And
is
as
not
Stanley
that bad. I
pondered
mean, if
this,
they're all
he began to
cans,
make
yeah,
other
I mean, that
strange
should be only like 50,
observations.
75 cents.
For example,
But, you know...
why couldn't he see his feet when he
Yeah, I
looked
can't see my feet.
down?
But, you know,
Why did
for
doors close
a bottled
automatically
drink, it's
behind
pretty much
him
the
wherever
standard.
he
And, you know,
went?
usually in office
And for
buildings, they
that
jack
matter,
up the price
these
way
rooms were
high.
starting to look
And they
pretty familiar
appear,
when
based
they
on the
simply repeated
buttons
them.
here, to
No,
be
Stanley said to
bottles.
himself, this is all too strange.
Yes, this is how
can't be
bored
real.
I am.
And at last,
That's
he
how bored
came
this
to the
ending has made me.
conclusion that had been
I
on
am
the tip of his tongue.
discussing
He just
the
hadn't
drink
found the
machine
words
with
for it.
you.
I'm dreaming.
No, I'm about to die.
This
I've done
is
this
all
3
a
times.
dream.
You know, I'm just a glutton for punishment. That's all it is. Just a glutton for effing punishment.
An explanation.
Well, look,
His
a copy
coworkers
machine.
weren't actually
Remember
gone.
back when I did the door
He wasn't
clicking?
going
You told me to click the copy machine and
He
I got an
wasn't crazy
achievement.
after
Look at
all.
this. No achievement this time.
Thought to
This is how
himself,
bored I am,
I
people.
suppose
Not
I'll
even
wake up
joking.
soon. I'll have to go back
It's
to my
irritating.
boring
Oh, look.
real-life job pushing
Wood.
buttons. I may as well
Amazing.
enjoy this while I'm still
1, 2, B4. Yeah, because that makes all the
he
sense in the
imagined
world.
himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Yay!
Then he imagined himself soaring
Drink
through
machine,
space
I'm
on a
back.
magical star.
And that sign's still a lie.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this
Here
was
we
in fact a
observe
dream.
the wonder
Did the
of
voice
art.
not see him float and make the magical
Observe
stars
it
just a
and
moment
be
ago? How else
satisfied
would the
that
voice
you have
explain all
observed
that?
it.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely,
Thank you for taking a
surely,
moment
if
to
he could
observe
just-
this art.
He would prove it. He would
That's
prove
right.
that he was in
Once again,
control.
this
that
art
this was a dream.
is more interesting
So he
than your
closed his
voice
eyes
narrator.
and he invited himself to wake up.
Oh, yeah, now I'm going to sleep
felt
again. And then I'm going to wake
the
up and I'm going to panic and it's going to be all like, ah,
The
no,
press
I'm
of the
dying.
mattress on his
Ah. And then I'm going to
fresh
wake up
air
and
of
find
the
out,
world
oh, look, I
outside
did
this
die.
life.
Oh, there's this woman named Mary
Let me
something.
wake
Oh,
up,
I don't even know.
he thought to
And
himself.
she sees that I'm dead.
I'm
It's happy
through
that
with this
she's not
dream.
crazy, but
I
we're
wish
all a
it to
little
be over.
crazy.
Let me go back to my
And
job.
then it's going to
Let me
restart again.
continue pushing the buttons. I am okay.
No, I'm not okay. I'm actually incredibly irritated right now. And this game is made me this way. Oh no, look at that. I'm still not awake.
Himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments,
I must be a
she
glutton.
considered the strange
I played
man.
this ending
He was obviously crazy.
3 times?
This much she knew.
4 times, I
Everyone knows
think.
what crazy
And
people
I
look
expected a different
like. And in
ending
that
each
moment,
time.
She thought to herself how lucky she was to be
Clearly,
born.
I'm at fault
I
here.
am sane. I am
Oh
in
well.
control of my
Just
mind.
wait for this to finish, and then we'll try a different path, one that's not so monotonous and irritating. And like I said, it's clearly just my fault. There's no other way to explain it. I keep expecting a different ending, hoping the game thought that far ahead, but clearly not. Let's try a different way. And forget the left door. The left door, proving my theory that right is always right, the left door has done nothing for me but give me headache and heartache.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could,
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, clearly that's the end of that. I am now going to stick to my guns,
When
and we're
Stanley
going
came to a
through
set of 2
forget you,
open
right
books, This was
door.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You're damn right it's
Perhaps
not the
he
correct
wanted
way to the
stop
meeting
by the
room.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I know perfectly well it's not the way to the meeting room. Ooh, don't know what that was. I also know,
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
not worth
But
admiring.
eager
I'm
to
moving
get
on.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
That takes me back to the meeting room, right? Well, forget you. He won't even let me go into the broom closet anymore. That's what really irritates me. I can't go into the broom closet. I can't ponder the mysteries of duct tape, which they need to be solved, by the way. We should get some people on that. And, you know... And the door's gonna close behind me, isn't it?
Stanley was so
Yep.
bad at following directions.
Yeah,
it's
I'm bad at
incredible
following
he wasn't
directions. You know, I'm
5 years
still
ago.
venting a little bit, and I apologize. You know, it's just... I just wanted there to be a different ending. I don't think I was asking for that much. I wanted there to be a different ending all those times, but there wasn't. It was boring and monotonous, and I apologize for that.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
What happens if
foot
I jump
here.
down there?
I'm not your enemy, really. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
And here I thought I'd get a different... Again! I died! Clearly, I'm a glutton for dying! It's not a
All of
glutton.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
I completely missed that. That was my father, and he came in, and now I missed what he was saying. Don't blame him, but now I want to know. I almost want to restart. Oh well, here we are. Let's try not to die this time, because it seems just to be a running gag with me that I try to find an interesting ending. I know it's not the correct way. I try to find an interesting ending for you guys, and I just fell miserably. So let's try one more time.
First, just to admire it.
Not here to admire this room.
Wow.
Again, $1.25 is not that.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
You know?
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
You know, I was just going to rush through it, but he's quite right, This room does look fantastic.
Yes, really, really worth it being.
But
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
back to my death apparently, because that's all I'm good for.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah,
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah, me dying.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Only two options, really. It's either my wife or my mother. One of these options is very terrifying. The other one is slightly less terrifying. Well, sink or swim, right? Oop.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Like I said before, wife or mother, either one's horrifying. There's nothing else in this room. It's just a phone, a table, and a court. Can I?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes, I did.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I don't know.
Chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No.
Fight the power.
Thursday. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
No, don't you dare.
Please
don't
observe
you dare.
this helpful instructional video.
Don't you dare!
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
Wrong.
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember
Burn
that
the
unlike
orphans.
here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having
More like 4:20, am I right? You know. 4:20, please. Anyone? No? Okay.
Excellent. Making choices
I guess
on a
you were my
regular
partner.
basis is
Thanks
the
for being
best
here for
part
me.
to a healthy decision-making process.
That seems like an
Most
intelligent thing
medical
to do.
professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
Yes, I do.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world,
I think I do
just
every day.
remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
I'm going to pause the game there for a moment. Let all that soak in. Let all of it soak in. And realize that they just told me that my life was meaningless. Yeah, I don't see there really was never a choice to begin with, really. When they put it that way, there clearly is only one correct answer. To burn every orphan within a 30-kilometer radius of me. Duh! Sadly, there are no orphanages within a 30-kilometer radius of me. It really makes me sad. So I guess I really can't make that really significant life choice. Oh well, back to the game.
Welcome back. You
look
may
at
have
this.
noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Is there any way I can mess with anything in here? Can I pick up the phone? Can't pick up the phone. I wish to drive one of these forklifts through that door. But no, you're not gonna let me do that, are you? Nope. Alright, fine. Moving on. But only because there's nothing interesting else there's nothing else to do. Stuttered there for a minute. I'm getting tired. Hello. Okay. Back here again. Okay, go this way. Can I go this way? Please, door, do something. Nope. No. Can I go this way? Nope. They're railroading me into a situation I most likely do not wish to be in. Get close.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Yeah, that'd be a
story
shame,
would
wouldn't
make no
it?
sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
You don't say. It's not like I've died the past 5 times. Admittedly, one of those was my fault. Not necessarily intentional, but my fault. I feel bad about that. I jumped to my death. Are we just going in reverse here? Okay, cool. Alright, can I click? Just, I know there's gonna be something.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
But I want to take the time to, let it all soak in. You know how amazing this room is. Am I right, fellas? Right. Well, look at this. Cold drinks. $1.25. Still a steal, if I ever saw one. Huh. Not much time has passed, actually. Very interesting. Well, moving on. And I see you, door 50, door 449, door 448, door 447. Always looking nice. Always looking nice. Art. Keep being arty. Ooh. Don't like that guy's room. It's a mess.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Yeah.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He's absolutely right. I can't believe I never noticed this before. The story must come first. Must come first. I can't talk tonight, but because the story must come first, that means, by every meaningful account of reason, I must not obey him, otherwise the story would be boring. Which means, go to the door on the right. Alright.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh, I think we are too late. And if we're not, I'll ensure that we are. What can I say? I'm feeling a little, And we're gonna go back this way again. See how it looks down. Can I go through this door? Can I? Huh. Backwards, question mark, 3, 2, 1. Okay. That's just 3, 2, 1 repeating a lot of times. And on some other numbers. And that's all messed up. Okay, fine. There's nothing interesting. I just want to be able to find a strong, independent Stanley, but no. God forbid I was allowed to be a strong, independent Stanley.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
I didn't mean to hurt his
shut the game
feelings.
down entirely, to willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No, don't do it.
I have to.
Don't do it. No, don't do it. There's so much we can live for. No. He shut it down. Oh, hello. Oh, God.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I'm so sorry.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
No.
That there's a world outside of you. You're a child. Oh, my story.
No, I'm so sorry.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
Whoa, what?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
That just happened.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay then, Internet, that just happened, and, you know, not gonna lie, I'm even more confused now than when I had the confusing ending. I am regrettably out of time today. So, I'm gonna put a pause on this and let it soak in that I completely ruined his game. Oh my god, I feel so horrible now. I feel terrible. It's almost like, you know, like if I said I was going to get my brother an ice cream cone, and then I got it for him, I handed it to him, and then I proceeded to knock it out of his hand, stomp it into the ground with my foot, and then force him to eat it. That's about how bad that felt. Actually, it made me feel worse than that. I really can't think. I mean, the orphans, I could burn them, that'd be fine, but you know, ruining his game was pretty terrible. But regrettably, viewers, I have to call it there for today. I'm out of time. So let's hit pause on this, and I will come back to this another day. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you have a game you'd like to see me play, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And I will see you next time.